are back at QR, round 5 of the My Bike Motorcycle Insurance Australian Superbike Championships presented by Motul. Steve, I love coming to this place. I am a Queenslander, but 2+4 rounds. We're here with the Supercars this weekend. Looks good.
Look, it's such a buzz here. I mean, there's so many people around the place. To be involved with the Supercars is fantastic. I really do love coming here. And the thing I like about this track, Chris, is the racing here is so exciting.
It does. It looks simple on paper, but this track to go really fast around here is difficult, but it does there's some really good passing opportunities out there. So we will see some good racing. Last time out, round 4, we were in Queensland as well. Morgan Park this time. Bumpy little track, but it was exciting.
It certainly was. We all expected Mike Jones to win that first race, but he had an uncharacteristic problem with his Yamaha and stopped at the side of the track. Josh Waters won another one. Race 2 was a different story, though, with Mike Jones getting the first win of the year.
Well, Steve, we talk about it every time we come here. It looks simple, this track on paper, but quite difficult to get around. Let's go and have a look at the circuit.
Ducati track preview, Queensland Raceway. It's not going to get better than this, Chris. And a fun fact, you and me raced here at the first race meeting back in 1999.
Makes me feel old. I don't know about you, Steve, but yeah, it was a tricky track then when we came here. Looks basic on paper, but to get a lap time out of this place is really, really difficult. The track's the same, but the facilities have improved massively. So still a cool track. Let's go and have a look at what makes a good lap time.
Absolutely. Let's start off with turn 1 and 2. It's the long corners at this track, Chris, where the time is made up. And turn 1, you need to make a lot of time here to get that lap time down.
Well, it's a classic example, isn't it? Very important corner, start of the racetrack. It's very bumpy as well. A motocrosser would say this looks dead flat, but there's a lot of little bumps. You enter here at 250 k's an hour and you can imagine those small bumps, and if the bike setup is not right, it makes it really hard for the rider to control and they lose a lot of speed in the middle of that corner. So yeah, very tricky place, but these first couple of corners are very fast.
And at a lot of other tracks, there's camber as well, but this place is very, very flat, so you don't get that camber to help you.
Well, that's it, and we can see at the exit of here, actually when you run out to that outside curb, the camber almost drops away, so easy to get more spin, makes it more difficult, maybe a high side even.
All the overtaking at this track, though, is done in the hard braking areas, so let's go and have a look at some of those. In its 3.12 kilometres, there's only 2 lefts on this track, and they're mid-speed. How does that affect the riders?
Well, you think it'd be easy not having many corners, but you spend so much time off that left-hand side of the tyre that when you enter this section, Steve, you've got to make sure that you've got temperature and confidence to come in here. It is quite tight as well, so difficult to get through here.
What are the riders actually feeling when they're exiting the race and road corner on that left-hand side of the tyre?
Well, you can see that the track is, you know, it's slippery, it's bumpy, the camber runs away on the exit, but it is very important to get out of here quick because there's a reasonably long straight before you get down to Ducati corner. So apexing this as late as possible and getting the bike up and getting it driving out is going to give you lap time.
Well, let's go and have a look. Queensland Raceway is renowned for its braking duels, and Ducati corner is your last chance on this track.
It is, turn 6, the last corner. It is slightly downhill braking into here, Steve. There's a tailwind this weekend, so it's pushing you into here. And it's quite a wide corner. You've got multiple options through here, haven't you?
What would you do? Is it like tight in and drift out in the middle, or wide in and on the exit, especially on the last lap?
It depends if you're the guy behind. Are you trying to block and defend your line? Are you trying to get a run on somebody to the finish line? You know, this is what racing's about. It plays, it unfolds, and you've got to take the best decision in the moment. But yeah, very difficult corner.
One thing we do know, Chris, this place is action-packed and it makes for close racing.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this weekend unfold.
It's going to be an absolute ripper. Let the races begin. You do remember you cut me off here, don't you?
I can't believe you were getting challenged by a 16-year-old rookie.
Well, it's always good to catch up with a previous race winner, especially here at Queensland Raceway. Glenn, you won here last time out from the last spot on the grid. I mean, that must have been an incredible feeling to start off with.
Yeah, look, it wasn't looking good for us, you know, not qualifying and then starting at the back of the grid, but we had confidence that myself and the package was good enough to come through. But yeah, to win the race was an amazing feeling. It's something that, you know what it's like, it's addictive. That's what keeps you coming back. So yeah, and looking for another one.
No, I mean, it's sensational. I mean, I just couldn't believe it to watch it happen on track. But we've come down here at a good time because I'm just having a look at your bike here.
Yeah.
The fairings are off. It's not very often that we get to see
Yeah.
a photo like this or a shot like this with a bike without the fairings on. But, I mean, there's just wires everywhere. What are we looking at here?
So
at
everybody
the start?
likes to talk about the Magneti Morelli ECU. So here it is. This was where it lives at the front of in front of the dash. And you can see.
I'm going to touch.
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah.
I've touched it because I've never touched one before.
It's what everybody likes to talk about. And that system is basically the brain, and then everything else here is the components that tell the brain what's going on. So this section right here, that's the IMU. So that's basically the yaw sensor and the lean sensor.
Yeah, so this bike's got a computer that can tell it whether it's leant over, forward, backwards, or
G-force sensor.
G-force, yeah. Okay, wow.
And then we have suspension sensors here that records into the data logger how far the suspension dives when I grab the brakes, and pressure sensors on the front brakes. Actually, the pressure sensors over here for the front brake. There's a lot goes to it. The whole package is actually called a wiring loom, which has about maybe 40 or 50 pieces to it. So a lot of sensors on the engine RPM, the oil temperature, the water temperature, the brake pressure for the rear, the wheel speed sensors, and this computer here controls all of that.
Well, as always, though, it's the nut behind the handlebars that makes these things run. So we wish you the best of luck out there, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Well, it's a very good morning to Chris Vermeulen. Chris, we are happy to see Superbikes on the grid.
I'm very happy to be down here, guys, and where better place to start than with the pole man, Josh Waters. We were just talking about new rear tyre going in. You feel confident for this one?
I'm always nervous, so yeah, I'm nervous. We haven't had a lot of track time because, unfortunately, yesterday what happened. So, yeah, a little bit different conditions than Friday. Yeah, all we can do is try our best. We've got another race this afternoon also.
Well, you were fast around here earlier this year, Josh. Good luck for this one.
Yeah, fingers crossed I can be in a moment.
There you go. That's our championship leader and champion from last year. He won. We've had 2 races here earlier this year, and Josh won both of those. So he's been very quick. I'm going to try and grab. I'll grab both Yamaha riders. Max has taken off. There you go. Mike Jones, second place on the grid so far. How's the weekend been for you? Like yesterday, we sat around waiting. Is it good to be back on the bike finally?
Yeah, like obviously it was a slow day for us yesterday. We got out for a warm-up and then didn't get to do the race. But yeah, early start for us this morning. Track's still a bit cool. Can feel the brisk air, I suppose. So something to be mindful of, particularly the 2 left-handers over here. We don't touch the left-hand side of the tyre too often, so something to be mindful of there. But otherwise, I think the wind direction has changed for today. So something to think about on the brakes when we come down the back straight. But yeah, overall, weekend's good, mate. It's going to be some tough racing. Josh is fast. It'll be hard to beat.
You're fast as well. I've got to ask, down into the turn 6 where the oil was, did you see it? It's the first time you've ridden over it. How was it on that siding lap?
Yeah, look, really hard to see if there's anything on the ground. So I think that's pretty well cleaned up. Didn't seem like a big issue. So yeah, I think it should be okay.
Good luck, mate.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, beautiful work. Thank you very much, Chris, former World Supersport champion and MotoGP race winner on the grid. Great to have him a part of the coverage. Feeling that tension rise up. Can Waters get the job done and take another step towards an unprecedented 5th championship leading this way? Or can Mike Jones at his home track strike back? Looking for back-to-back wins on that Yamaha. Australian Superbike Championship revs come up. Racing here at Queensland Raceway. Waters out like a cannon, but Jones goes with him. Keeping that front wheel down. Has he got enough to get to the inside? Harrison Voigt goes to 3rd. On the second of those McMartin Ducatis, he got a blinder. Puts Allerton back a spot. The 2 Yamahas square off in the background. Dunker up the inside. Gets that move done nicely on JJ Nahles. Down onto the back straight for the first time. Can Jones go with the leader? It's Waters, Jones, Voigt, Pearson, Allerton down this back straight. 275 kilometres per hour.
Incredible. Jones just on the back wheel there, tucks in. Waters with an almost perfect ride. Dunker goes a little bit wide in the back there. Allerton's starting to calm himself down too. But we're on board now with Jones.
Now, Jones did mention, remember, watch out for the left side of the tyre. It's the first time he used the cold side of the tyre. Here down at turn 4, does it catch anybody out?
Nahles has got an issue there.
Well, was it Nahles that was pulling up on the warm-up lap? I thought I saw him going slow, and that bike clearly has some engine dramas.
Yeah, you can just see there as he backs off, there was a lot of smoke coming out the back there from something. Looked like it was out of the exhaust pipe, to be honest.
We might not even know about that.
Seems to have settled down. Let's hope that that's the end of that.
Oil burning off, hopefully. Waters leads the first lap. Look at his speed. tucking into a nice rhythm. Voigt's got to second. Jones dropping back a spot. So it's a McMartin 1-2 like we saw at the Island last year. Voigt back into this country from some Moto2 racing in Spain. And look at the speed down the back here. He tries to escape the chasing. Mad Mike Jones down towards turn 3. Allerton under brakes on Pearson, going real deep. Almost stood him up at the entry.
He did, and that was a great move by Allerton. He knows he's got to get a move on. He's just moved himself up into that 4th place, but Pearson won't be happy with that. We can watch him strike back, and Pearson looks up the inside. Look at Allerton through on Mike Jones.
Nice move. Jones on the exit. Might get him back before they get into 5. It's side by side. Man, that was tight.
He just ran wide. Mike Jones got back through.
Second Yamaha enters the fight. Ant West on the 13. And Voigt's got some speed here that we haven't seen from him this weekend yet. This is exciting stuff. Can he go with his teammate?
Look, it's going to take Voigt a little bit of time to adapt to this bike. You haven't had a lot of time on track. So Harrison Voigt is doing a good job, and he's doing what he does best, especially with all that European experience that he's gathered. He's really now gone, right, I've finally got this. But look at Jones, up the inside. That was a big move.
And you don't often see passes get made between turns 1 and 2 here. That was nice. Voigt with a peek over the shoulder.
Jones' strong point on this track is into the fast corners. That's where he is super fast, and he just proved what he can do there. But it's still Waters out front. Everyone's trying to catch him at the moment.
So if you're wondering about the time on screen, we do have a time certain marker at a Supercars race, but this is a 15-lap race. We can update you that as we go out. This is lap 2. Waters deep under the brakes. Check out this start from Waters. Absolutely nailed it, trying to keep that front Pirelli tyre down as much as he could. And Voigt, where did he come from?
Yeah,
he was off the 3rd row.
He was, but once again, just excellent start control there. Look at the difference between the two. See how the Yamaha is starting to come up in the air there? Its start control is nowhere near as good as the Ducati. It's not set up as good. Look at this Ducati. It just stays on the ground, and away he goes. Mike Jones is fighting the wheelie, and that's why he lost that. And
weird moment for Nahles at the back as well.
That is weird. That's like on the overrun, just oil coming out the back of the pipe, but it seems to have settled down.
That was the move to the inside. Jones sidling through on Allerton, and then this was an awesome move between turns 1 and 2 on Harrison Voigt. Voigt's dropping down through timing. I wonder if Voigt's down at the moment because I've seen him drop down to 10th. Yeah. On timing screen.
Definitely got some issue there.
Hopefully it's a timing issue and not a real issue on the road here. I can't see him in this pack.
Yeah,
so what's happened to Harrison Voigt?
Feasibly had a run off. We'll find out hopefully, but at the moment it is Waters. And Allerton's looking good there in that 3rd spot. He's the guy that's made the most ground up on the front. He's able to run at the pace of the front guys. 107.7 for Mike Jones, 108.0 for Josh Waters.
Wide there through turn 4. Let's see the speeds this time by. Are we back into the 7s as we cross over? 107.9s at the front. What happened here for Harrison Voigt? Wow, just checked up between 1 and 2.
Yeah, some issue there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Trying to signal to the riders behind him with his foot. That issue?
That's his foot off like that. That normally means, watch out, I've got some issue. So the fact that he's gone all the way back through, I reckon he's got a bike issue.
Wow, Jones deep down at turn 3, he's off the road.
Allerton says thank you very much. Allerton won last time out here. He hasn't won for something like 8 years. And now he's going to win 2 in 1 year. He's the 2nd most winningest rider out there at the moment.
Can he chase down Water? What happened then? So Jones, was he just too hot down there at turn 3?
No, Jones was just trying everything he could to try and get past Waters, but he just paid the price and ran wide. You can just see him. Look at him catching up under brakes. Had a bit of a bobble there, locked the front slightly, let the brake off, ran off the track, pulls it back, and here's an on-board look. Just went in that bit too deep, ran wide. Luckily, he pulled it back in, but Allerton just went through on the inside.
He does have the fastest lap of the race, so he's got the speed to try and get back. Yeah, a couple of podiums for this guy yesterday. He's enjoying the action down on the pit wall. Ryan Wood. A lot of the Supercars drivers have been making time to get out of the garage and just hang on the pit wall and watch these guys go. Jones back in the tow behind Allerton. Back down to where he ran wide last time by.
Wow, that is close.
And that is Jones's strong point, is the speed just as he gets into the corner on the lean angle. He really is strong there, but just struggling a little bit to stay with the Ducatis today.
Rear tyre chattering down towards turn 4 under brakes that time. Speed from the Repco curb cam as Waters is out to a 1.1 second lead here.
And this is what Waters does. He just doesn't make a mistake. He literally just ekes that lead out 10th by 10th, stays in control. Doesn't look like his bike's moving around. He's so smooth. He's got so much experience. He's raced internationally as well. And he's been back in Australia for a long time now, winning championships. He just does what he does.
If they can at least get Voigt back out so he can get some more laps on this bike. I'm curious to know what went wrong down there, Chris.
I just come in and saw Craig McMartin in the garage, and they said there was a warning light that came on the dash, and Harry lost all power. So a safety issue, they think, an electronic sensor. They got to wait to download the data, but should be pretty easy to be fixed, and hopefully be up for race 3 this afternoon.
Thank you, Chris. As the move is made by Jones on track to the inside of Allerton down there at turn 3. He looks fast enough back at probably his favourite track on the tour. But is he fast enough to make up 1.4 seconds in 9 laps for the race leader?
Yeah, it's going to be tricky. He's going to have the ride of the year for him. He did win the last race out at Morgan Park. But Brock Pearson now up the inside. And that's a big move to outbreak Glenn Allen.
A couple of podiums already in 2025. The Desmo Sport Ducati team trying to get another one here. And this was aggressive, wasn't it, from Jones? Coming through, whether you like it or not, down there at turn 3.
Yeah, he was just using that superior entry speed that he has and made the move on Allerton. And now Pearson said, well, if you can do that, I can do that too. And Pearson's made the move on Allerton too. And that's the nature of the sport. Sometimes if you get bobbled like that, it takes a couple of corners to get set, and then bang, someone else has gone through, and Pearson made the most of that. But definitely a good comeback for him. There's Mike Jones, who's right on the back now.
Man, he has taken that lead out.
Yeah, had
a couple of laps. Got speed to burn here. Jones needs to get going in this championship after unfortunately having a DNF at race 1 at Morgan Park. He needs to beat Josh Waters all the way through to the bend in just about every single race to have a chance. So he is going to race the Mildura man hard for these next 5 laps.
He certainly will. I think to be able to catch him up that quickly, I think that he's got something a little special that he's going to show us in a minute. And I'll tell you what, you can just see as he catches him up there, off the end of the back straight, next time out, I think Jones is going to have a crack.
Former Ducati rider turned back to Yamaha on the 46. Some famous riders carried the 46 on a Yamaha before. And he's going to try and channel a bit of his inner doctor right now over these next 5 laps.
I'm sure he'd love to have that number 1 on his bike very soon. Whether it's this year or not, I don't know. But Mike Jones is going to give it everything. A little bit of chatter there from the back of the Ducati. Jones is not backing off, and he's not going to wait. He's going up the inside. Oh. That is close.
Almost pulling off the same move he did earlier in the race to get through, and Harrison Voigt. Has he got the run on the back straight? Here we go. Grabbing gears, 5th, 6th. 260, 270 kilometres per hour before you dive on the brakes. You've got to brake earlier than you would in a supercar. Don't have anywhere near the braking and mid-corner grip, but what you do have is this acceleration out of the corners, like absolute missiles in between turns 3 and 4.
I'd say that Mike's bike's turning a little bit better than Josh Waters' bike as well, so he's going to have to make that work for him somehow to stand the bike up and get on the gas. But Waters moving around there compared to Mike Jones.
That was it was fair warning, wasn't it, between turns 1 and 2. Waters is awake now, that Jones is with him.
The thing that's changed now at this part of the race is the tyre wear. The tyres, all that initial brand new grip of the brand new tyre is gone. Now the bikes are starting to slide around. This is where you need to have the bike set up. And it looks at this stage that the advantage that Waters had has dropped back a bit. Jones is starting to come on strong.
Here he goes again in between 1 and 2.
What a move.
Great move. Mad Mike Jones living up to the nickname, but watch the Ducati go in a straight line. Waters will have the run on him, and they might change the lead again. Jones pushes him over to the inside. This is fabulous stuff in the Superbikes. Jones hasn't covered under braking. Man, that was brave.
Waters could have done that then, I reckon. I reckon he could have got him, but I reckon he thought better of it.
There was 8 thousandths of a second between them last time through the speed trap. Nothing in it.
1:07.6 for Mike Jones. Incredible lap times now.
Here comes Pearson. He's all over them now. The top 5 as close as they've been all season, courtesy of that little battle through sectors 1 and 2. And this race has been lit up. Can Jones get away from him now? Or did he use up too much tyre trying to catch him?
No, Jones, this lap of Jones, he will risk everything. He'll be doing 110% to try and make sure that he's got a little bit of a buffer down the straight so that Waters can't slipstream him. And you just see him there. You don't normally see Jones sliding the bike, but he has got that thing on the limit.
Here it is, bottom right-hand side. What a change for the lead this was. So aggressive between 1 and 2.
Not even that. It's so brave to go in there at that and just trust that front so much. That's a big, big crash if you don't make that corner.
Such a fast corner.
But hey, that's why Mike Jones is out there, because he loves this stuff.
That was awesome. Might have a little bit of traffic here, although it looks like Luca Durning's just going to roll off and let these guys by, our New Zealand visitor. And then down the back straight in that replay screen. Check this out. So good. That was between 1 and 2. Just about touching the little winglet on the right front corner.
And look at the gap that he's pulled out now.
Half a second. Be interesting to know what this lap time is this time by. How much speed has he lost on that tyre, or is he able to push on? 1:08.0 on the lap where he passed Waters. Can he get back into the 7s here? That fuel starting to burn off. He dive 1:07.8. The speed is supreme from Jones. He's 0.3 quicker. Jones is lighting a fuse now with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, you don't feel comfortable out front till you can see that you've got about a second to lap lead. So if he can see that he's pulling a 10th in these next 2 laps, he's going to be feeling a lot better than if that gap was to stay stable.
Still pulling away. Although Waters sets his personal best first sector of the race. He needs to keep going because he's under pressure from Pearson, Allerton, West.
Yeah.
Top 5 is all on top of each other.
Yeah, it's pretty close up the front, like one little bobble, and as we've seen, if you run wide in the corner and it's all over. I mean, remember early in the race, Mike Jones was off the track.
Yeah, he was so far wide at turn 3. Now we've had 4 or 5 riders in the podium spots, and it's not sorted yet because Pearson and Allerton are still going at it. Yamaha fighting back. He made the move to this second bike halfway through the round of Morgan Park and won. Stayed on this bike. Now, the plan was always to move to the second bike, but when the first one hit the electronics issues, it forced their hand. Last lap, showing to the riders what has been an awesome flat-out sprint.
He's just got to hold it together now, and I'm pretty sure that he can do that, but Waters will keep the pressure on him.
Yeah, well, Waters was slightly quicker by only 200ths last time by, both in the 1:07.9s. Speed has been just so epic. 7.6, the quickest lap of the race.
275, both bikes, 275 k's an hour down the chute at that time, which is pretty impressive, but they're so even. A little bit wide there for Mike Jones. They're all a little bit wide.
Further back in the pack, Dunker and Favell have climbed up 3 spots. Marcus Hamod and Eddie Leeson, Tom Taparis, Jack Mahaffey, all up 3 spots from where they started. They're the biggest movers of the race. Into the last left-hander, 2 to go. Jones out to 0.8 of a second ahead of Waters. Loves this place. 4 race wins, about to become 5 if he can just get it through turn 6. Leans it in, gets his knee down. Had to fight for this one after dropping back to 3rd. But from the front row, he takes Yamaha back to the top step. He loves Queensland Raceway. Mike Jones goes back-to-back wins. The Australian Superbike Championship, and he loves it. And he did that one the hard way. That sends a little message. This championship's not over yet. He slaps the tank. He punches the air. Oh boy, did he enjoy that one, Steve.
What a ride from Mike Jones. He dug deep to win that one. Boy, oh boy, and you can just see how much it means to him. He's turned it around. He's gone from not winning a race to winning 2 in a row on that new bike. Maybe they should have started a little bit earlier with that one.
Well, this one's working perfectly. This R1M is in fine tune with its rider.
great job by Desmo Sport Ducati's Brock Pearson as well to put it on the podium in third.
Yeah, he picks up his third podium of the year. Josh Waters, 10 races, 10 podiums. Can't argue with that consistency. Mike Jones gets his second win of the year for Yamaha. Allerton right there with him. He knows this place so well. And West back inside the top 5. Now, inside the top 3 in the championship too, Ant West, so that's important points for him. After CC's couldn't quite get him inside the top 10. And the only thing that could have made that better is if Harrison Voigt was in that lead pack fighting for the victory as well, because he had some serious speed before he had that unfortunate warning sign pop up and had to kill it. Enjoy that one, Steve?
Absolutely, it's always good. Let's hope that Harry Voigt can get out there next time, because I'm sure he's going to mix things up.
And he will be a very happy race winner with our Chris Vermeulen down there.
And our race winner for the SW-Motech Australian Superbike Championship race 2 here, Mike Jones. Congratulations.
Thanks, mate. A little bit unexpected, to be honest. I mean, based on the previous round when we were here, Josh had so much pace, and even again in qualifying, so I knew we were up against it. But you know what? My team just didn't stop trying all weekend, and they gave me something in the warm-up, which has really helped. So special thanks to them, you know, especially my guys Dylan and Liam. Like, they just busted themselves to try and give me the best bike they could, and I was just glad that I was able to ride it to the finish and get a win, like fully on the limit there. But yeah, awesome race.
Can't wait to see race 2. Good luck.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
This is the Australian Superbike Championship, back with Supercars and the 2+4. We've seen so many highlights over the years, and they're ready to take centre stage here at Queensland Raceway. Will Waters get back to that championship gap? Can Jones make it a hat-trick of wins on the Yamaha? Have a listen to the sound and check out the speed as Waters bolts off that front row again down towards turn 1. Nice start. Allerton gets into second. The Ducatis are absolutely making the most of that power off the start line as Jones drops back to 4th.
Yeah, looks like Pearson got a good start too. There's Jonathan Naylor, Dunker around the outside of him, but it is Waters who has had the perfect starts all year long, who takes the lead.
Allerton, Pearson, Jones will have to be aggressive down at turn 3. He's trying to go around the outside of Pearson, and that is a really brave move. So much thrust on the tyre down there. Watch out for the left side of the rubber. It's been a long time since this left side of the tyre has been used on that warm-up lap. Have they got the tyre temp they need down here as they lean on the left side for the first time?
Yeah, Pearson goes in deep there, gets back past Jones. That was a pretty brave move by Jones before, but he proved that he's already got that corner speed. He just took the wide line.
And again, Pearson manages to get ahead of Jones on that opening lap. Whoa, that was tight in the background. Voigt had the rear of that bike dancing, but stops it in front of Ant West. Wide goes Stouffer in the 27.
Yeah, that was definitely a wide line by Max Stouffer there, just back behind Jonathan Naylor. But it is Waters who leads the way at the moment, and he'll be thinking about the guys behind him for sure, wondering who's going to attack, because he knows how much Jones wants this.
AJ Naylor, his R1M through turn 2. Man, Pearson is tucked in here behind Allerton. 260, 270. 278 kilometres per hour through the speed trap for the race leader, who was doing a pretty good job. It must have had an excellent exit out of turn 2 because he had so much speed there despite the lack of a toe. Pearson has a wobble.
How close is that?
You're watching from Mike Jones' point of view. A Ducati 1, 2, 3 ahead of him. Doesn't matter if it's Grand Prix racing or Superbike racing, Ducati dominating two-wheel motorsport around the world.
Those bikes just sound fantastic as they head down the straight and into the final corner on this circuit. Pearson is doing a good job.
Yeah, he got a pretty good start. Starts for Brock Pearson this year have been hard, and he's been changing the electronics on that bike to get a bit more success. Voigt's start have been really strong so far this weekend. No jump starts is the word from the officials, which is good news. That was the best of the weekend for Waters.
Again, he's just so good with his reaction time too. You can just see Waters' reaction time as Allerton dives up the inside there. He is one of the strongest guys on the brakes. He always has been. Let's see if that 1mm preload adjustment can keep him there towards the end of the race.
Just carried the front wheel a little bit. Allerton made one of the better starts that he's had so far this year.
Again, look at the Yamaha. The wheel comes in the ground more there. It does look like the Yamaha does have that the Ducati has a better launch control, but the Yamaha certainly got the big corner speed.
Back to this lead fight. Waters out to a 1 second lead, but Jones is through to second from Allerton and Pearson. Man, this is playing out just like race 1 earlier today. Pearson under brakes on Allerton.
Oh,
Back to third.
Good move by Pearson there. And look at Harry Voigt. Where did he come from?
He had a moment in the background trying to get to Voigt, who's up the inside of Allerton.
He was. And Westy hanging on as well.
107.5, the lap time from Josh Waters. The speed is up on what it was earlier today. They are flying out there.
Well, that's what the McMartin racing team are good at. They're really good at having a race, analysing it, and although Waters says, oh yeah, no, it's all me, they will have a look at the data, change one or two little things, and they generally go in the right direction.
Ooh, Westy's hard on the brakes down there at turn 3, and it wiggled under him just as he started to lean it in. That gap steady at 1 second. Jones slightly quicker through sector 1 here. Both in the 107.5s last time round, so
yeah, they're the only two.
fast.
They're the only two guys in the 107s, but I reckon Jones is passing people doing that. So keep an eye on Mike Jones. If he's going to have a go, he's going to have to do a low 107 to catch up to the guy in front. And look at that up the inside by Voigt.
Harrison Voigt from a long way back.
No respect there.
No respect for a former 3-time champion Glenn Allerton. He just sided that thing down the inside. And Voigt could be on the podium here today. He's got the speed for it. We saw that from race 1. Man, this was from way back. Lined him up coming out of 5 and just went so deep down into turn 6.
It didn't look like he wasn't going to make it. That was a smooth move. So good ride by Harrison Voigt.
Speed is so fast at the front. A 7.2 for Jones, and he's taken half a second out of the race lead. He missed the lap record by 0.03 of a second on that last time by.
Yeah, and you can be assured that Waters will be coming over the line now, looking at his gap on the pit board, and he's going to know that it's Jones behind him now, and Jones is catching him up.
Man, this is pretty quick. Could we see a 6 in race trim here today?
Well,
never seen a 106 from a motorcycle in a race here at Queensland Raceway.
I reckon Mike Jones is going to give it a red-hot crack. A bit wide there.
Oh.
That's a valid line, though. Oh, 2 guys down.
Voigt and Pearson. They've crashed out a third.
Oh,
and
no.
Voigt looks to have copped the worst of it.
He does, doesn't he?
And Pearson was furious. I wonder, has he tried the same move he pulled on Allerton?
I think he went in too deep, didn't he? But Voigt looks pretty beaten up there. Oh, Pearson does not look happy.
Pearson looks furious. And he walks away, and these 2 Ducatis, one the factory team, one from the McMartin team, are in shatters down here at turn 6. We saw how aggressive Voigt was when he got to the inside of Allerton and tried to get to third.
That's left a big gap back to third spot now with Allerton and West. This could be an opportunity for West.
Wow. So much speed from Harrison Voigt. Let's see how it's happened in the background here. Oh man, that was brutal.
He just tried that move, he tried the same move that he tried on Allerton and succeeded before, but this time it didn't work out for him, and bang, he just took out an innocent...
You can see Pearson's airbag gone off in his suit.
Yeah, he just took out an innocent Pearson there, so... although he looked smooth that time, he wasn't so smooth the second time. Unlucky for those 2 guys, and Harrison Voigt and Pearson are out of this one.
Being 4th in the championship as well for Pearson, that's really going to hurt today. His championship charge of trying to catch Ant West.
Yeah, 100%. 100% it is.
So, personal best middle sector last time round for Waters. Can he try and potentially break that lap record that has stood here since round 3? Jones has the qualifying lap record as a 6.8. Waters has the race lap record at a 7.2. We're trying to move these bikes out of the gravel. Don't get safety cars in bike racing, if you're wondering.
And it's very, very hard to pull those bikes. They dig themselves into the gravel, so there'll be yellow flags. No overtaking into this corner this time round. But it looks like Waters has found something, because he drifted back into the 8s. by this stage last race. He's still in the 7s now.
Charlie Schwerkolt keeping an eye on things. And that is a pretty cool spot to stand on the pit wall and just watch these bikes shoot by. The acceleration is amazing. 7.6 for Waters, 7.3 for Jones. And that gap staying steady at 0.3 of a second. Jones is there.
There's not much in this. Jones's favourite part of the circuit right there, turn 1 and 2. And it's the fast corners where you make up a lot of time, and he's certainly done that. On the brakes, again, look at him under brakes. Right on the back wheel, runs. He manages to turn tighter as well.
And he just set the fastest first sector of the race, did Mike Jones.
He's so smooth. I mean, you can see from that onboard, it looks like he's just riding around going to the shops to buy some milk and bread.
So calm, so in control of the 46 on that factory Yamaha. Meanwhile, it's on back here. Leeson fighting it out with Josh Sutherland.
Whoa!
3, Leeson's got that thing dancing.
Oh, they were both run wide there. That was a desperate overtake. But it is Sutherland who makes the pass.
7.4s this time by for the leaders. Nothing in it again at the front of the field. So, like you said, Jones has all the speed through turns 1 and 2. It's great to see even the privateer bikes fighting it out. This is that moment again.
Watch the rear wheel of Leeson's bike on the number 73 there. He hits the brakes hard. It's in the air, MotoGP style, and lucky to get away with that. They both run wide, but Josh gets the move done nice and smoothly. Meanwhile, back out front, look at this guy. He is on the gas.
Look at that for a shot. See that rear tyre flexing. The sheer pace of turn 1. Depending on how they finish, because they've got relegated back to 2 races, first and second in each race would mean that they'll finish tie on points for the weekend. Now, in terms of round honours, that'd be good news for Waters and good news for the championship too. Westy putting the pressure on Allerton here, trying to get himself back on the podium.
Yeah, I don't think Jones has got any thoughts of settling for second. Westy is just giving it everything. Look at him.
Now, what did he say on the grid to Chris Amelia? He's going to try the block pass and hope that he can take away that exit speed, but have a look at the difference in speed in a straight line.
Yeah, well, we've seen a few block passes this race. Let's hope it's a smooth block pass from Westy. But he's definitely a smart rider, and he's a fighter. He just won't give this up. I mean, a podium for him would be heaven at his home track here in Queensland. He only lives 10 minutes up the road.
Well, Ducati was 8 kilometres an hour quicker in a straight line down the back straight then, so he's going to have to get it done in the corners. Certainly not going to be doing it down the back straight, judging by that disparity.
Especially considering he's in the slipstream. He's good on the brakes in the here, but another point is Allerton is so hard to pass on brakes.
Like 17 is
Marcus Amod
on the only Honda in the field.
He's improved a lot. First time out on that CBR this weekend, doing a really, really good job and improving all the time into the top 12 with his best lap time in the 9s. That's a big improvement for him so far too.
So West keeping this pressure on Allerton, but just watch these 2 bikes here. Look how close he is to the rear tyre. He's in the slipstream. Look at that Ducati go. That is so fast, just burning away in a straight line.
Well, I was speaking to Allerton earlier on today, and obviously he was BMW mounted last year, and he said something like, I cannot believe it, this bike, I'm 15 Ks quicker than I was on my BMW last year.
So fast. Let's get down to Chris.
Hey, Chad, I just saw Crew Halliday come in the pits again. For those guys that are wondering where he is, he should be a front runner on that stop and seal Yamaha, but they've had massive electronic problems this weekend, so that's the second time he's been in the pits. They're just trying to sort out what they can with the bike, so hopefully they can get it sorted for our next round, which is Phillip Island.
Yeah, any trip to the Phillip Island circuit is a good one. Thank you very much, Chris Mullen down in pit lane. And this time Jones is able to get back into the 107.4s. He was a 107.6 last time, but those times for Waters, they're not deviating far. 107.4, 107.5. He's like a machine at the front of this field, just pounding out lap times. Here he is again, down this back straight. 3.5 laps to go, and back to this fight for third. Crew Halliday down a few laps on the 65 Yamaha. Poor out West. He's just fighting with one hand behind his back in a straight line. Yeah,
it's difficult to know where he can attack or what he can do. He just needs to wait for Allerton to make some sort of small mistake. He takes the inside line there, does Anthony West. Cuts a few extra metres off the track. That'll keep him closer, but he won't get the same drive out of the corner down into the left-handers. I mean, you're right. Like, Waters is like, got this one nailed at the moment. He doesn't look like he's going to make a mistake. His best lap of the race, 107.4. His last lap, 107.5. That's incredible consistency.
This time by. Oh, wow, 107.54. Jones actually dropping a few tenths on that one, 107.9. One of the slowest laps he's had of the race so far. And that gap now out to nearly 1 second. So as Waters broken the wheel of Mike Jones trying to chase him down. Hotter race track than it was this morning, windier as well.
Yeah, looks like Waters is in the zone.
So just check this out. Coming out of turn 3. Oh,
Big
yeah, that'll be
slide.
why it was a 7.9.
Yeah, big slide there by Mike Jones. He didn't back off too much, though, did he?
Let's just watch the foot on the peg here. Coming out of turn 3. There's the slide. No problem.
Didn't back off at all. What slide?
Marcus Amod going through turns 1 and 2. The only way he knows how.
Bit of
man out of Wollongong.
Bit of hippie shake going on there.
Yep.
Westy still looking for a way past. Wheelie out of the left-handers. Probably the closest he's been, I would say, on the back of Glenn Allerton now. But I don't know, it's going to be hard for him. He's going to have to get desperate. Something we know that he can do.
In a straight line, Mike Edwards is unfortunately back in pit lane. And issues for that bike as he traverses his way slowly back towards these sheds and garages on the addicted to track. Number 37 Yamaha. This battle's been going on for most of the race as well, with Eddie Leeson and Josh Soderlund. It's going to be tough here with inside 2 laps to go here for Jones.
Yeah, I mean, what is Westy going to do? Lap times at the moment, 8 flats for those guys. That's pretty impressive. Fastest laps that they've done. But they're still off the pace of the guys in front.
Yeah, and again, Waters just a 1/10 of a second quicker than Jones. They just pound out these lap times, but can't seem to close him in. He sits at 1 second. West keeping that pressure on Allerton. Sort of the only way he can get around him is if he pressures him into just overcooking it somewhere.
Look, what he's going to have to do is he's just going to have to close his eyes, go up the inside, and then push Allerton out. I mean, it's a dirty move, but if he wants the podium, that's what he's got to do. There's no other choice for him at the moment, so it's just going to have to see how much he wants it.
Last lap, Steve, down the back straight. And this has been so impressive from Josh Waters. He's looking at an 11th straight podium in what has been a dominant 2025. He's won 7 out of the 10 races. And he has just been incredible. 3 poles. He's got the most poles, most wins, most podiums, and most importantly, the most points. And he's half a lap away here from doing it. Mike Jones was brave, but couldn't quite reel in with a 4-time Australian champion. And this turns the tide. Jones had won 2 in a row. And he's going to get back to the top step of the podium. And at Queensland Raceway as well, one of Mike Jones' best tracks. The search for 5 is looking good in 2025 for Josh Waters, who wins the final race here at Queensland Raceway. Jones home for second. This fight has been awesome. Glenn Allerton, after a win here at round 3, gets back on the steps at round 5 of the championship. Yes! Josh Waters gets the job done. His cousin will be up in the Supercars later today, and he gets it first home today ahead of Jones and Allerton, and just ekes out that championship lead again with 3 to go.
And that is how you turn your weekend around. What a job the team have done. Well done, Craig McMartin Racing. What a job by Josh Waters. Incredible stuff.
There's relief in those eyes down this back straight. That was so commanding.
You can see what it means to him too. I mean, he's won a lot of the races, but the thing that this race means to him is the fact that he was able to turn it around. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
It didn't look like he was going to win this race.
It's a pretty awesome performance from the front too, when they put 9 seconds on the rest of the field in a 15-lap race. Allerton and West. Westy was so close, but a good bag of points. He sits 3rd in this championship. Marcus Amodis had a really good weekend. On debut in the championship, 12th on the only Honda in the field. The kid from Wollongong has done all right here. Bo Beaton back this weekend as well. cool to see the next-gen bikes out here. It was actually Archie McDonald who was first home out of those bikes. Him and Tom Taparis had a pretty good battle, and unfortunately Brock Pearson and Harrison Voigt not making it to the checkered flag after that big moment between those two. And that was really good stuff. Thoroughly enjoyed the 15 laps that we had then and earlier this morning. And this guy is in the form of his life. He's looking pretty good to keep the number 1 on his bike. He'll be the first 5-time Australian champion.
Yeah, it's going to be an incredible year if he manages to do that, that's for sure. It's just impeccable riding and racing all weekend. Great starts, didn't make one mistake all weekend. You can look at the disappointment on Jones's face.
Yeah.
He gave it everything.
He did, and he'll know that these are missed points, missed opportunities here today, given he's so good at this track, Mike Jones. And he would have been feeling pretty confident after winning the last 2 races, but also the one here this morning as well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like, he won convincingly this morning, but just couldn't make the changes that they needed to make. He was happy with his bike. Waters wasn't. Waters made the changes, and it showed on track.
Big celebration from McMartin Racing. The man from Mildura, just so calm out there on that bike. The lap speed was incredible. I don't remember seeing him drop below a 7.6.
No, it was super consistent. Within a couple of tenths every lap.
And Michael, that'll be one for reading the timesheets out at the end of that one. Check this out.
Absolutely. There's Craig McMartin. You can't be happier than that, can you? What an effort that team's put in this weekend. Gary Crilly from Pirelli there. Good job from Pirelli to make such a consistent tyre for this track.
That's a sad sight, isn't it? Brock Pearson's Desmo Sport Ducati, heavily damaged. He was on for another podium, 3rd earlier today. That was a dramatic moment with Harrison Voigt. We didn't quite see what happened at the start of it. Well, Chris Vermeulen down there celebrating with these teams, wrapping up what was a really exciting weekend.
Yeah, thanks very much, Chad. And we have the 3rd place man here, Glenn Allerton, really close in that first race, 4th place. But I mean, I guess you got a little bit lucky. A couple of Ducatis took each other out, but very, very strong performance from you this weekend.
Yeah, look, that race we were suffering from, like the front brake lever was just real soft in that last race, so I couldn't attack on the brakes, so I was kind of a passenger there, and luckily for me, those 2 boys took each other out, but I probably would have been right in the middle of that action if my brake lever would work properly. But big thanks to Superbike Advocates Racing Team. Lee, I know you're back home watching. Big support. He put a lot into making this happen. I want to thank him. I want to thank all the team and everybody. Like, having a crowd here to race in front of was awesome, so thanks everyone for coming out. And yeah, can't wait for the next race.
Congratulations, mate.
Thanks.
There you go, it's our 3rd place. 2nd place, Mike Jones. Congratulations. I know it's awesome to be on the podium, but you'll be disappointed with that one, I think.
Look, in one part of me is because you want to win the race, right? And you're so close there. But the other part of me, the circumstances the way they are, I think it's a pretty good ride. I'm satisfied with how I've ridden and the job that I've done. So and obviously for the team as well. You know, we've put in 100% here, and that's the 2nd is the best place we're going to get today. So yeah, overall really happy. You know, it's like I said, it's tough racing. Congratulations to Josh and his team. They rode unreal. They made a step forward from race 1 to race 2, and yeah, we're able to get the win done. So look forward to the next round.
It was an awesome race. Congratulations.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
There you go. The lap times were very fast, and yeah, he does need to be proud of that. But this man, Josh Waters, you've done something different. Come on, tell me the truth. But yeah, fantastic race. Very dominant at the front.
Like I said on the grid, they honestly didn't touch the motorbike. It was me. I was that tight in the first race, and huge thanks to my cousin Cam. He let me got their physio to give me a rub over, and yeah. So it was awesome, but huge thanks to my team. They just told me to believe in myself, and yeah, huge thanks to all of our sponsors. That pace then was so fast. Just Mike wouldn't give in. And, yeah, it was really good, so I'm really, really happy.
So a very dominant performance. I know we've been to a couple of rounds where we didn't expect you to maybe be so dominant. We're going to the tracks now that are leading into you, Phillip Island. You must be quite excited.
Yeah, but anything can happen. So yeah, I've gone all right at Phillip Island in the past, but everyone will try and, you know, beat me. So I need to go there, try my best. And I'm not going there thinking that I've got it. No way, because these guys are so strong. So
I've got to say from the outside, I know you always try your best. You do make it look easy, but I know it's hard work out there. Again, congratulations with that race win. Fantastic race.
Yeah, awesome. And once again, thanks to all of our team, and all of our sponsors. Wouldn't be able to do it without them.
There you go, our race winners, the podium finishers from the SW-Motech Australian Superbike class.
Well done, Chris, and well done, Josh Waters. Yeah, pretty happy down there with this Mick Martin team. And from here, this championship will be heading off to Phillip Island, one of his best tracks. So let's celebrate with Matt Nolte.
Thank you, Chad. It's time for the podium for round 5 for the My Bike Motorcycle Insurance Australian Superbike Championship, presented by Motul. In third place, aboard Superbike Advocates Racing, it's Glenn Allerton. In second place for Yamaha Racing is Mike Jones. And presenting your winner for McMartin Racing, Josh Waters. Presenting today's third place trophy, Eli Rowe, National Manager Dealer from My Bike Motorcycle Insurance. Presenting today's second place trophies, also Eli Rowe from My Bike Motorcycle Insurance. And presenting the first place trophy to our winner, Andrew Eldridge, General Manager from My Bike Motorcycle Insurance. And ladies and gentlemen, your round 5 podium of the My Bike Australian Superbike Championship presented by Motul. And now for the celebrations.
Thank you, Matty, and well done to our riders. Oh, we've got to take the corks off. That's always awkward. It's the 8th win for Josh Waters so far this year, and that'll be podium number 11. There we go. Time to celebrate. You never want to be the last, Steve, to get the cork popped, because you cop it.
Absolutely.
Well done to Mike Jones. His second win of the year earlier today, 9th podium. Second podium for Glenn Allerton, and a hard-earned drink of the champagne up there on the podium. Loving this new podium setup that we've got here at Queensland Raceway. There's been some incredible images from up there. Champagne in the eyes, 2 wheels or 4 feels the same, I think.
It certainly does. And boy, those guys are making the most of it, aren't they, out there?
I've heard every bit of that up on the podium. Well done. All former champions of the sport themselves.
Well, what a day of racing it was. Two-wheeled action here with the cars, Steve. Loved every moment of it. I think we've shown a lot of car guys how quick these bikes get around the track. I hope you enjoyed it as well.
Mate, it's always exciting coming here, and it's always exciting watching the races and the riders out on track. And I mean, what a result we've had here this weekend. Absolutely incredible stuff. I cannot wait to get to Phillip Island, because we all know that it's only going to amp up when we head there. What a track that is. Great racing down there. You really got to try and make your way there and see it if you can.
Well, it is the Grand Prix circuit, 6th and 7th of September, the famous Phillip Island track. Get trackside. The action, it will be fantastic. All categories, from the 300s, from the junior kids right through to these, the Superbikes. Hope to see you there.